I just assumed it was yours. That's fine.
So let's see. Ronnie Binstock, Abby, I'm going to assume Sing, Hallie Faulkner, Kate Murphy, Cassie St. Clair, Sarah Moramansky, Danny Matrusek, Abby Singh, Haley Faulkner, Danny Matrusek, Donna Roy, Kate Murphy, Sarah Moramansky.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Anderson Arena, one of the oldest buildings on the campus of Bowling Green State University, where tonight we have a MAC Gymnastics meet between the Broncos of Western Michigan and the Falcons of Bowling Green. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Reese Landon, joined to my right by Natalie Staunch. Bowling Green looking for their first victory of the season, while Western Michigan looks to right the ship following a loss to Illinois State. Natalie, any opening thoughts before we get into this one?
I think that I think that Bowling Green State University has a great opportunity at this meet to make quite the comeback and get their top score of the season so far.
Yeah, Bowling Green is coming off a meet in Arizona. They took on Arizona, Texas Women's College, and Illinois. They were not victorious in any of those, so they're still looking to get their first victory. But, you know, when you look at everything in the MAC, coming into this one, Western Michigan rated number 44 in the country, Bowling Green rated number 55. Like you said, a prime opportunity to get a victory.
Absolutely.
We're about ready to get started here inside Anderson Arena. National anthem already played. Both squads getting ready to start this meet on a Friday in Bowling Green. It's been unseasonably warm here in Bowling Green lately. The past week or so, it's varied between 30 and 50 degrees. No snow on the ground in mid-January. That is not a common thing. You've been here for a couple of years now. I know you know that's not a common thing.
Oh, absolutely, but it is still cold.
Ready to get going here, as Bowling Green will start on the vault and Western Michigan will start on the bars.
They're starting their 4-minute touch.
Sticks the landing there was Western Michigan's.
This is just their touch.
Some notes coming into tonight's matchup between the Western Michigan Broncos and Bowling Green. Last week, Bowling Green obviously was not able to pull off a victory, but there were some high notes. Isabella Ravelli set a personal best on the bars last week, 9,800. She was in, or 9.8, I should say rather, 9.8. She was in 5th place on the bars in the meet. Catherine Wildbacker finished 4th all around last week with a 38.775 score. Also saw nice performances from Taylor Jensen, a season best 9.625 on the bars. Megan Bingham with a personal record on the bars, 9.75. She had a good meet. Elise Rozoska made her collegiate debut on the beam. She had a 9.5. Madison Coburn had a personal record on floor with a 9.525. And Emily Castle, you're going to have to help me with this one.
Of course. Emily Castiglia had a personal best on floor with a 9.675.
Just about ready to get going. Western Michigan traveling here from Kalamazoo, about 3 hours down the road. Hence the college name Western Michigan is in the western portion of Michigan. Bowling Green, obviously, in northwest Ohio.
Seeing some nice opening warm-ups from both teams.
As we preview the vault for Bowling Green, going for Bowling Green on the vault, Nia Brown, Maddie Coburn, Kate Goldstrom, Catherine Wildbacker, Taylor Jensen, and Katrina Mendez of Bowling. The other side for Western Michigan, they'll start on the bars. Abby Singh, Haley Faulkner, Danny Petrusek, Donna Roy, Peyton Murphy, and Sarah Moravansky. Western Michigan defeated Illinois State and Wisconsin Oshkosh in a tri-meet in their first meet of the year, but they dropped their last meeting against Illinois State once again. That was in Normal, Illinois against the Illinois State Redbirds. So 1-1 coming in. Bowling Green still searching for their first victory. About a minute and 8 seconds to go here and before we start this thing going.
And it is a pretty full house tonight in Anderson Arena. Better turnout than we've seen in the last year.
Yeah, Anderson Arena, like I said in in the pregame, one of the oldest buildings on the campus of Bowling Green State University. It housed basketball for years and years and years. Basketball moved on to the Stroh Center. Both men's and women's played the Stroh Center. Gymnastics now takes over as the sole tenant of Anderson Arena. Anderson Arena is kind of a throwback place. It's right in the middle of campus, which you don't usually see at all anymore. I mean, it is right smack in the middle. Anderson Arena, one of those classic old arenas with the wooden benches and the wooden chair backs. This place has a lot of history in it. Bowling Green basketball obviously played here, but now Gymnastics trying to write a new page as we're about 8 seconds away from starting this thing up. Bowling Green getting ready to go. Bowling Green's coaching staff, I'll mention before this thing gets started: Carrie Turner, the head gymnastics coach here at BGSU; Sunny Marchand, the associate head gymnastics coach; and the graduate assistant is Rebecca Hill. For Western Michigan, head coach Penny Jerrigan, assistant coach Al Sharns, assistant coach John Holden, a volunteer assistant, and Joshua Langdon.
And the grad student coach for Bowling Green has certainly made quite the difference on this team for vault and floor. They look better than they did this point last year, and hopefully they can keep it going.
Just about ready to get started here at Anderson Arena. The I Ziggy chant about to go down from the huddle. Ready to go. Nia Brown will start it off for the orange and brown. On the other side, for the brown and yellow, the rare brown on brown matchup. The brown and yellow, the Broncos of Western Michigan. Starting on the bars will be Abby Singh. So here we go, Anderson Arena. The first home meet of the year for Bowling Green. Starting it off will be Nia Brown as she sticks the landing here to start. Nia Brown gets Bowling Green off to a good start. And now on the other side of the bars, it's Western Michigan's Abby Singh.
Nice to Kachev. Shoot over definitely hits handstand, and she's keeping this routine moving.
Yeah. With a good start for the Broncos. Both sides with a pretty good start to this meet. Next up for Bowling Green in the pecking order will be Maddie Coburn. Coburn, a freshman from Saratoga, Pennsylvania, with the Pottsgrove High School. Coburn trying to keep up the positive momentum for the Falcons. Green searching for their first victory here in the opening of the season, the first Mid-American Conference meet for both of these clubs, as well as the first home meet for Bowling Green here at Anderson Arena. Coburn just about ready to go.
Just needs the judge to salute her.
Coburn ready to get right into it as the freshman prepares herself to go. Coburn off and running.
And with a Yurchenko full, slightly, just a little bit of a chest down right at the end, but otherwise, beautiful vault for her.
Bowling Green still with positive momentum. As now Western Michigan is up on the bars, and it'll be Haley Faulkner.
And Nia Brown on her Yurchenko full ended with a 9.75.
Good start for Bowling Green indeed.
And on bars for Abby Singh ended with a 9.725.
So here goes Faulkner right into it. A sophomore from Canton, Michigan with the Salem High School right down the road from Detroit.
Beautiful ganger, keeps her legs together, which is rare in gymnastics.
Still going. She lands the flip straight.
Just a little step on the landing, but otherwise beautiful routine.
Western Michigan with a good start as well as the sophomore Faulkner gives them positive momentum. And now we'll move things over to Bowling Green side. Back on the vault for Bowling Green, it's going to be Kate Goldstrom.
Kate Goldstrom recently coming off an injury, and she is very excited to vault.
Working her way back into things. Goldstrom, who is a senior, one of the oldest members of this team from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And she makes it. Small step forward, but what a great step for Kate.
Kate Goldstrom continues a pretty decent Falcons first set. As now to move back over to the Broncos and starting things off for the Broncos. Starting things off for the Broncos will be Danny Peterson.
And Maddie Coburn on vault ended with a 9.7.
So slightly below Browns, but still a good rate. So Bowling Green's first couple of sets on the vault, 9.75 and a 9.7. Peterson, a junior from Rockford, Illinois. Michigan ready to get back into it. Abby Singh on her first set went 9.725. Haley Faulkner went 9.7. So Bowling Green with a slight lead here early. Petrosek trying to change that right here for Western Michigan.
Right up to handstand. Beautiful combination of toe hand to shoot over. Slight delay on that turn, but right on top. And she really did try for this stick. I think they're going to give a step to her, though.
Perhaps Western will continue to stay behind Bowling Green. So we're getting right back into things on the vault. Here goes
nice
Catherine
vault for
Wildbacker, and she lands it.
Nice stuck landing for her, nice and controlled.
So Wildbacker, the senior, or rather the sophomore from Houston, Texas.
You can just hear the excitement coming off of Bowling Green.
She perhaps moves Bowling Green's lead even further ahead. Kate Goldstrom on her attempt ended up with a 9.65. So nobody on the Bowling Green side yet able to match freshman Nia Brown. Back to the Western Michigan side. Donna Roy getting things started.
I think Catherine Wildbacher is going to come up with a big score for that vault.
Western 7 and 10 a year ago.
Catherine Wildbacher with a 9.9 on her Yurchenko full.
So Bowling Green really with a comfortable lead right now, as it appears the team has just gotten the news of the 9.9. So Western getting ready to go. So it'll be Donna Catherine Roy, the sophomore from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Stands at 5'4", right into it.
Nice Maloney. Beautiful handstand shapes. Maybe a little short on that shoot over, but still a beautiful routine.
Falcons. It's going to be Taylor Jensen. Taylor Jensen is senior from North Prairie, Wisconsin. Stands waiting. Bowling Green's highest mark so far was Wildbacker with a 9.9. There goes Jensen.
Beautiful Yurchenko full. Just a hop on the landing, but other than that, her form was gorgeous.
Looks to be another solid score for the orange and brown. Starting to get close to the end of Bowling Green's full and the Western Michigan Bugs. So it'll be Peyton Murphy next for Western Michigan. Murphy, the 5'7" senior from Carroll Stream, Illinois, Chicagoland. This Western Michigan roster, a lot more elder, I should say, than the Bowling Green roster. A lot more upperclassmen on this Bronco roster. Like I said, 7-10 last year. They were at a 500 mark with 3 meets to go, but lost their last 3, finishing at 7-10 overall. Coming into this one tonight, Bowling Green actually has not beat Western in their last 5 tries. That's dating all the way back to 2019. But Bowling Green does lead the series all time, 28-22. And their last win, Bowling Green's last win, in fact, came right here at Anderson Arena over the Western Michigan Broncos. Looks like Murphy's ready to get into it. 5'7" senior, right into it. First team All-Mid-American Conference in 2021.
Nice, Delchev. You don't see Delchevs too much, so it's really interesting to see it from Peyton Murphy today. And a unique landing as well. Unique dismount, but the landing was good.
Murphy right into it. Murphy earned first team All-Mid-American Conference honors in 2021, as well as first team academic All-Mid-American Conference honors.
And Katrina Mendez-Bolnick on vault.
This is a big one for Bowling Green. Their last one before the exhibition.
And a beautiful 1.5 with some steps on the landing, but very proud of Katrina for being able to pull it out in competition.
So Bowling Green still looks like they lead this one. Taylor Jensen, by the way, on that her last attempt got a 9.8. Donna Catherine Roy on her last bars got a 9.75. So right now, Bowling Green at a 48.8. They have 5 recorded scores. Western Michigan 4 recorded scores. They're at a 38.9. So a 9.9 would tie Bowling Green. And trying to do the job here is Sarah Moravanski.
And both Hallie and Danny got 9.7s on their routines.
So Moravanski, the junior from Mount Airy, Maryland, comes to the forefront. She went to Lingamore High School in Maryland. Her teammates urging her on.
Looks like a big score.
Well, they need her right now in a big way. A 9.9 would tie Bowling Green.
And she got so close, 9.825.
for Peyton Murphy. Bowling Green slightly ahead of Western Michigan.
Beautiful mount. Little over on the line change, but that's all right. Nice double layout with the stuck landing.
That perhaps could make up a little bit of the deficit. We'll wait till the scorers come out with the final score. Bowling Green's Katrina Mendez-Abolnik finished with a 9.625. So Bowling Green will finish the vault with a team score of 48.8. Western Michigan's Peyton Murphy on her last run of 9.825.
And that was exhibitionist Lily Harsh with her Yurchenko full.
So Western Michigan perhaps has caught the Falcons waiting on the final decision here.
And up on bars is their exhibition, Brecklin Quos,
I believe. Brecklin Quos. Ready to get into it for their exhibition round. A junior from Ada, Michigan. Still waiting on the final score. And it appears that Western has slightly beaten out Bowling Green. They will finish.
Beautiful Takachev again. Some strong releases coming from Western Michigan. Little short on that handstand. But just one little step on the landing. Nice routine for Brecklin.
So Western Michigan will finish their bars round with a 48.825 score, just barely eking out the Falcons' 48.8 score. So Bowling Green slightly trailing as we'll go to a break here inside Anderson Arena. You're watching WBGU. back here inside Anderson Arena as we're ready for another round of BGSU Women's Gymnastics. Bowling Green will move over to the bars for this round. Western Michigan will move over to the vault. Bowling Green losing that first set. Well, rather, they're slightly behind, I should say. 48.825 to 48.80. So Western Michigan with the slight lead. And then Natalie, in that first set, we saw Bowling Green kind of gain the early edge, and then Western kind of take over down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, there is a lot of time left in this meet. A lot can happen. And the crowd tonight is really energetic. So hopefully that'll bring BG some good luck as we go into the second event.
It is also Pride Night here at Anderson Arena in the first home meet of the year. As Bowling Green lines up to start on the bars, we'll give you the rundown for Bowling Green. It'll be Dalia Solorzano Caruso, then Lily Harsh, Taylor Jensen, Megan Bingham, Catherine Weilbacher, and then Izzy Ravelli. On the vault for Western Michigan is Ronnie Binstock, Abby Singh, Haley Faulkner, Peyton Murphy, Cassie St. Clair, and Sarah Waravansky. Exhibition for Bowling Green will be Nia Brown on the bars. An exhibition for Western Michigan on the vault will be Danny Petrosek. And something to point out, with Isabella Ravelli, or Izzy Ravelli, at the back end of Bowling Green's bars. She set a personal best on the bars last week with a 9.8 score. That was 5th place in the tri-meet. Quad meet, I should say. About 1 minute and 58 seconds before we start this one. Taylor Jensen, also on the bar. She will compete 3rd for Bowling Green. Had a season best 9.625 last week on the bars. Megan Bingham, who will compete 4th. She had a personal record last week on the bars, 9.75. Is there anybody you look to, and you know, Bowling Green's portion of the bars that really could be an outlier or somebody they need to step up?
You know, I think that Taylor Jensen has some room to improve. She did some great things last year, and hopefully we see an uptick in her score today. Maybe last week was just a bit of a fluke, and she can pull it back up to a 9.7 or a 9.8.
And about a minute 8 remaining before we get started. Western Michigan. Dalia Solorzano Caruso last week set a personal best on the vault. She was not in the vault tonight, but she is on the bars, hoping to keep the momentum going last week on the vault for Solorzano Caruso. Her personal best, a 9.70.
And as you can see on bars right now, there is Nia Brown, and she is exhibitioning tonight, but her Tkachev is sky high.
Well, Nia Brown gave Bowling Green a spark early, a 9.75 on her vault attempt. The scores for Bowling Green on the vault: Brown had a 9.75, Maddie Coburn a 9.7, Kate Goldstrom 9.65, Catherine Weilbacher was the high scorer for Bowling Green. She had a 9.9, Taylor Jensen 9.8, and Katrina Mendez Obolnik a 9.625. On the other side, in that first round for Western Michigan, Abby Singh a 9.725, Haley Faulkner a 9.7, Danny Petrosek a 9.7, Donna Catherine Roy 9.775, Peyton Murphy a 9.825, and then Sarah Waravansky a 9.8.
And Ronnie Binstock is off with her first vault for Western, and it is a beautiful Yurchenko full with just a small step on the landing. She would score well. And Dalia is up first for Bowling Green on bars. Let's see what she pulls out of this routine.
Dalia Solorzano Caruso, a senior from Cortes, Ontario.
And you know, first lineup spot is nerve-wracking. You're setting the tone for the whole team, as the same is kind of with that anchor spot going last. You have all the pressure on you because you are the last to go. If one of your teammates fall, you have to pick it up.
She's ready to go. Her high on the bars last year was a 9.825. And that was a meet at Illinois.
Nice handstand on that shoot over. And she's usually very solid on these dismounts. And she is once again.
And perhaps a very good start for Bowling Green there. On the other side, Ronnie Binstock finished with an average of 9.75 on her vault attempt. And with that stuck landing, I would presume Bowling Green will have the slight edge here.
Most likely, although bars can be a little bit finicky with judging, so we'll see.
Getting ready to go for Western Michigan. Their second vaulter, Abby Singh. Singh started off the bars earlier and finished with a 9.7 score.
Yurchenko half with a beautiful, beautiful form throughout the entire vault, which is great to see. And only a small hop on the landing.
So we'll go back over to Bowling Green. And stepping up on the bars will be Lily Hart. So Harsh trying to continue the positive momentum. Another senior for the Orange and Brown. A couple of years of eligibility remaining though. Native of Davidson, North Carolina. She competed in every single one of Bowling Green's meets last year. Appearing in both the vault and the bars. Career high on the bars being 9.8. Tied that career high. Well, she's achieved that career high a couple of times, tying it the other. Once at the MAC championship, and the other in a tri-meet against Northern Illinois University and Ohio State.
And Bowling Green has a lot of potential for this team. It is a young team, and they are going to do some great things this year.
So Harsh getting ready for Bowling Green. As it appears, Solorzano Caruso has a final score, and she does. So she's actually edged out slightly by Binstock. We got a 9.75. Solorzano Caruso averaged a 9.725. So you're right, a little bit finicky on the score.
There's a lot more to judge with bars. And a beautiful Jaeger by Lily Harsh. This blindfold dismount. Nice landing, and you can see her teammates are very excited for her.
I would bet that's near her career high of 9.8.
It should be close.
So Western Michigan ready to go. Haley Faulkner, the third Bronco. She took a slight hop forward on her attempts. Abby Singh's score is in. She averaged a 9.775 on her attempt in the vault.
Both teams having pretty consistent events so far, and that is what's going to make the difference. Is if someone ends up doing something like falling or a bigger wobble than the other team, that's where the minor details are going to really come into play.
So next up for the Falcons is another senior, a trio of seniors to start on the bars. It's Taylor Jensen from North Prairie, Wisconsin. Jensen, another senior, but a couple of years of eligibility remaining. Competed in every one of Bowling Green's meets last year. She was actually named the MAC Gymnast of the Week once last year. As we have one score in for Lily Harsh, a 9.7, and the other a 9.75. So the exact same score as Solorzano Caruso. They both average a 9.725. Score in for Haley Faulkner, and she will average a 9.825, so the highest score in the vault for Western Michigan thus far. She gets right into it.
able to save it. Nice recovery by senior Taylor Jensen. Nice double layout with the stick at the end.
So Jensen hoping to perhaps break her teammate's average score of 9.725 for Bowling Green, as right into it for Western Michigan, it's Peyton Murphy once again.
Small hop, and they should keep their 9.7 average at the very least, if not higher.
Averaging about a 9.8-ish so far, maybe 9.79. So Bowling Green looking to change things in a big way, as coming up next is Megan Bingham. They could really use a big score here from Bingham, the freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. Megan actually was the class valedictorian at her high school, Eastern High School in Louisville. Bingham last week had a personal record on the bars with a 9.75. She's got a lot of expectation on her right now.
She does a unique board mount, jumps over the low bar and catches the high bar. And here she goes. Nice pirouette to catch it. Right up to handstand. Nice double layout, small hop at the end, but that's all right.
Taylor Jensen scores in from her round on the bar. She got a 9.625. Peyton Murphy on the other side for Western Michigan. Her score is in. She ties teammate Haley Faulkner at the team lead, a 9.825 on the vault. So Western Michigan really off to a strong start here on the vault.
They have some very consistent landings, which I think is really helping them, and their form is beautiful.
Next will be Cassie St. Clair for Western Michigan. Sophomore, Plainfield, Illinois, Chicagoland. St. Clair last year placed top 100 in the nation. Or rather, I should say rather in high school, placed top 100 in the nation in the Georgia Classic on the vault.
You can hear the audience trying to up the energy with the girls doing a chant.
So St. Clair getting ready to go. This is a pivotal set for Bowling Green. Just watching on.
And Moravanski is off.
Sarah Moravanski.
Beautiful, full chest slightly down on the landing, but overall, nice vault.
So St. Clair scored a 9.8. Western Michigan really off and running right now.
And here goes Catherine Weilbacher.
Weilbacher, her first try on the vault. She did very well for the Falcons at 9.9.
The beautiful Jaeger, nice toe hand, and right into a pack. And with a full in and a nice landing. Small hop, but that's just 10th.
So gymnast to compete, and now Izzy Ravelli. Actually, rather, Petrosek to compete in the exhibition, I believe, here for Western Michigan.
And a nice full from her as well. Seeing some very consistent vaults from Western Michigan. We'll see if they carry it on to floor with their nice landings.
Western Michigan, we're still waiting. Now we do have their final score, and they will finish the vault over 49. They're at a 49.075. So the Broncos best their mark on the bars. Bars average 48.825 here on the vault, a 49.075. That'll be Izzy Ravelli here from Bowling Green. Ravelli, a freshman from Bartlett, Illinois. Last week set her personal best on the bars, a 9.80, fifth place in the entire meet.
Let's see if she can top that today. Beautiful Jaeger, right into the shoot over. And beautiful double layout, and 6th the landing should be a great score for Bowling Green.
So Ravelli, the freshman, it appears she could be right near her career best she set last week. We'll see what the final score is on her. Bowling Green right now at a 48.525 average. Just waiting on the final there. Nia Brown is scheduled to compete in exhibition.
And they look like they're getting the mats ready for her.
Should be next up.
Western Michigan heads to floor to wait out BG until the next touch starts.
Nia Brown, freshman. Stand in. She's from Franklin, Tennessee. I believe that is in the Nashville area. Here's some good news given to Bowling Green's Izzy Ravelli, perhaps.
Looking like a new season high, career high.
Yep. A 9.90 from the first judge and a 9.90 from the second judge. So that's a career high in the young career of Izzy Ravelli.
And it definitely helps BG catch back up to Michigan.
So Nia Brown will now compete in the exhibition. Bowling Green will finish off.
And I don't think the camera even gets how high her Tkachev gets. Just gonna finish out this routine with a full in. Full out, excuse me. But beautiful routine for freshman Nia Brown.
So Bowling Green will end the bars at the exact same score they averaged on the vault, a 48.8. Western on the vault averaged a 49.05. That's on top of the 48.825 they averaged on the bars. So we're going to head to a break. When we come back, we'll have more BGSU Gymnastics right here on WBGU. Are we good? Back in here inside of Anderson Arena as Bowling Green and Western Michigan. Gymnastics meet continues on this Friday night, January 20th in the year 2023. Ready to get back into it. Reese Landon joined alongside by Natalie Stotch. Natalie, Bowling Green, on the bars they were defeated, on the vault they were defeated, theoretically. But, you know, they, like you were telling me during the break, Western Michigan with one fall, Bowling Green's right back into it.
Exactly, and the same goes for, you know, Western on beam. If they have a fall on beam, or even if BG has a fall on beam, it can, just like that, even the score right back out.
So Bowling Green will start on the beam, and Western Michigan will start on the floor here, about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away. So see what happens here. Yeah, Bowling Green in that last set, just a reminder, finished with an average on the bar of 48.8 as well as 48.8 on the vault. Western Michigan finished with an average of 49.05. That's a meet high in any event on the vault, and on the bars they sat at a 48.825. So Western Michigan with the lead, but it's far from over. Bowling Green still has some time to make it up. They did some good things on the bars. Specifically, we saw a really good set out of Izzy Ravelli.
Absolutely. Izzy Ravelli with her 9.9 and a very solid routine. Things are looking really good for this freshman.
Ravelli at 9.9, that is by far her career high, breaking the career high of 9.8 she set just last week. Western Michigan, their order, as they will start on the floor. We'll start off with Amanda Gruber, then Danny Petrosek, Ronnie Binstock, Donna Catherine Roy, Cassie St. Clair, and then Hayden Murphy. Competing in the exhibition for them is Gigi Singh, who is actually sisters with a competitor in both the bars and the vault, and Abby Singh. So a couple of sisters on the team here for Western Michigan. The other side for Bowling Green on the beam, they'll start out with Emily Castiglia will start us off on beam. And she started off beam most of the year last year, and she was a very solid start off. After Castiglia, it will be Elise Brazaska, then Katrina Mendez-Ovolnik, then Megan Bingham, Taylor Jensen, and then rounding things out for the Falcons is Catherine Weilbacher. Exhibition for Bowling Green, Lily Harsh.
Last year, Catherine Weilbacher would dismount with a round-off double back, so let's see if she's still doing it this year.
Last year, Bowling Green struggled a little bit, just 2-13 overall, but they did finish 2-4 in the MAC. That was good enough for 5th place in the MAC. Last year for Western Michigan, they were one spot ahead of Bowling Green, 7-8 overall, 3-3 within the Mid-American Conference.
So overall, a very close matchup between these two teams and a long history as well.
So ready to get going here. Clock strikes 0.
You can see Bowling Green circling around the beam. Head coach Carrie Turner is just hyping up her team to really focus in and really do everything they can to stay on that beam.
Other matchups going on right now around the Mid-American Conference. Kent State is currently in a quad meet in Lebanon, Tennessee against Fisk, Lindenwood, and Southeast Missouri State. Ball State is in a meet right now as well. In Lebanon, Tennessee, Kent State, Lindenwood, Southeast Missouri State, and Fisk. Eastern Michigan is facing Iowa State. That'll start at 7:30 p.m. So Emily Castiglia will get it started here for Bowling Green. They look for some momentum here on the beam.
And one unique thing with gymnastics in college, every beam competitor at home gets to choose their beam music.
Oh, I did not know that. That's actually an interesting tidbit.
Exactly. You know, everybody has their own music to calm them down. I know some of the girls pick country while some of them pick some more upbeat things. It really is just completely up to them.
Well, I know you used to obviously compete in gym here. What was your choice? Upbeat, country?
I actually never ended up competing beam, but my choice would have been something a little more upbeat, but would keep me on rhythm with what I wanted to do.
So Emily Castiglia on the beam, the sophomore from Wanakay, New Jersey.
Nice connection on that front toss to back handspring series. Another nice front toss for her front skill. You can kind of see her talking to herself if you pay attention really closely. Nice connection and finish. Deep breath as she goes for her dismount. And stuck landing by the sophomore.
So Castiglia with a really good start for Bowling Green, and they need that positive momentum big time, as now we'll move over to the floor and getting things started on the floor for Western Michigan. It's going to be Amanda Gruber. Castiglia, as you can see, clearly very happy with how she finished on the vault. As now we'll move over to Western Michigan's Amanda Gruber.
Some unique choreography with Amanda Gruber. It is beautiful.
Gruber, a senior from Riverside, Illinois.
And here she goes for her first pass. Front layout to 1.5 for Rudy. You can see her teammates getting involved. Second pass. Nice double back, controlled landing. Switch side to Popa, and it was done beautifully. Western Michigan on floor.
So Western Michigan off and running here on the floor, waiting on a score from Castiglia as well as Gruber. So now we'll move back over to the Bowling Green side, and getting things started on the beam will be Elise Brazoska. Brazoska, just a freshman from Skippack, Pennsylvania. Brazoska made her collegiate debut on the beam last week with a 9.5 score.
Here she goes for her series. Back handspring, back layout, and it is solid. Switch leap, tuck 1.5. Nice side aerial. Off 1.5 dismount, really fighting for that stick, but ended up taking the step.
Just a slight step forward. She nearly corralled her momentum. And we do have an update on the Emily Castiglia score, a 9.775. So a good start there for Bowling Green. On the other side of things, Amanda Gruber, her first set on the floor, a 9.8. So both teams getting off to strong starts here, As next up for the Western Michigan Broncos, it's Danny Petrosek. Petrosek already competing in both the bars and the vault.
And off for her first pass. Beautiful double back, steps out of bounds. So that'll be a 10th there.
And that's something Bowling Green could use.
Exactly. Second pass, front handspring, front full, front layout for her connection, and it was done very well. Nice late pass. Coming from Western Michigan, and here she goes for her last pass.
Trying to stay in bounds this time.
Nice double pike, which gives her an extra 10th for it being her final pass.
So that'll basically cancel out the misstep out of bounds. As Elise Brzozka's score is in, she finished with a 9.65 average. So back to Bowling Green, the Katrina Mendez-Obolnik. Mendez-Obolnik competed in the vault earlier, finished with a 9.625 score. This is her second event of the night.
Nice full turn. You can see the team holding hands. They just want the best for the person on the beam, and oh goodness, hopefully she can finish out this routine and not let that fall affect her.
Finish strong here.
Nice switch side. But unfortunately, that fall does put more pressure on the rest of the lineup.
Yes, it does.
Nice front toss. And I believe she also has a round off 1.5 dismount. Small step, but so, overall she finished strong, and hopefully the rest of the lineup can help pull it out.
So perhaps some work to do for the latter half of the Bowling Green lineup, as we'll send things back over to Western Michigan and Ronnie Binstock. Senior from Severna Park, Maryland. Binstock in 2021, an academic All-Mid-American Conference selection. You're talking about how they get to pick the music. This is an interesting music choice.
Yes, they also get to pick their floor music. Or at least have some input depending on what school you're at. Beautiful Rudy to back full. Lots of energy.
Petrosek that will get you in just a second once Binstock concludes. score ends up. And going back to Petrosek, she finished with a 9.475. So indeed, that deduction hurting her quite a bit.
And most likely, Western Michigan will be dropping that score.
Yeah, as well as Bowling Green on the beam. Katrina Mendez-Volnik certainly took a hit after falling off the beam bar. She finishes with an average of an even 9.0. So Bowling Green with some work to do now. And that'll fall on the shoulders of Megan Bingham.
And Western Michigan also needs to really work on the latter half of this lineup. Because one more mistake and Bowling Green, the door gets opened right back up for them.
Bingham competing in the bars, her last time out. Finished with a 9.725, just slightly off her personal best of a 9.75. So Bingham with a big opportunity here for the orange and brown.
Overturned on her turn, but saved it. Hardly noticeable, really. And nice handspring layout. Side aerial. Just a few balance checks throughout this routine, but overall it looks great. And a round off 1.5 and a beautiful stick.
Good finish, a smile on the face of one of the scorekeepers after she finished on that. The whole Bowling Green team congratulating Bingham. And perhaps she has a decent score coming her way. That last score for Ronnie Binstock on the floor, indeed a good one, a 9.775. Stepping right into it is Donna Catherine Roy. Find something here for Western Michigan. Roy earlier on the bars finished with a 9.775. Into it, that final flip.
Front through to round off back handspring double back, and it was beautifully done. Great control on that landing.
The Western Michigan team really thinks she has a good score, and I believe she thinks so as well. So Donna Catherine Roy looking to improve on her night so far after that solid 9.775 on the bars earlier. Next up for Bowling Green, on the beam, it's going to be Taylor Jensen. Jensen into it for the Falcons. Competed on the vault already with a 9.8 score, as well as the bars with a 9.625.
And she steps up for her series. Nice back handspring layout from Jensen. Split jump to straddle 3/4.
We do have a final score in Megan Bingham coming in just a moment.
for her dismount, which is a back handspring, 1.5. Small hop, we'll see if the judges take it.
Going back to Megan Bingham, her average on the beam, a even 9.8. Both judges giving her a 9.8. Still waiting on the score from Donna Catherine Roy.
And hugs from head coach Carrie Turner.
As it appears, Roy's scores are being finalized, and she will average as well a 9.8, a 9.75 from Judge 1, and a 9.85 from Judge 2. So Western Michigan back to it. Cassie St. Clair will go to work for Western. St. Clair with a 9.8 on the vault earlier. She placed fifth, a tie for fifth.
Beautiful first pass from St. Clair. Very dynamic floor routine.
St. Clair do it. Donna Catherine Roy finishing with a 9.8 the last time out for Western.
And a unique ending with a W with her fingers for Western Michigan.
And looking at the meet numbers too, at least the first two events, Bowling Green has the top athlete in both the vault and the parallel bars. 9.9s from Catherine Wildbacker, as well as Isabella Ravelli with 9.9s, but Western Michigan dominated 2 through 4 in both the vault and the bars. Taylor Jensen's score is in for Bowling Green, and it's rather good at 9.85 for Jensen. The average of the group at 48.075 is going to work as Catherine Wildbacker to round out the Falcon athletes.
And she starts off her beam routine with her handspring layout, which is solid. She moves on this beam, probably faster than I've seen any gymnast go.
Wildbacker, as I mentioned, winning the vault. Where he started his speed at 9.9.
She is a beautiful gymnast to watch. Nice front toss into a beat jump. And she gets ready for her dismount.
Getting her right back into it.
And round off double back and a nice landing from Wildbacker.
And her team is certainly excited with that one. And I believe Wildbacker will have a pretty favorable score coming her way. Cassie St. Clair's score is finalized, a 9.75, as Peyton Murphy will round out the 6 active competitors for Western before we get into the exhibition.
Front through to round off double back. You don't see just a round off very often. Western with a lot of energy in their floor routines and lots of just the team participating. It really gives that competitor some more life to them. Front Rudy to straddle jump.
Western's average, before we get Peyton Murphy's scores, at a 6 right now. Murphy getting ready to conclude her set. Here she goes. Senior from Carroll Stream, Illinois.
With another round off to double pike. And it is a lot harder to get that much power out of a round off than a round off back handspring, so props to her.
So Catherine Weilbacker's score is in, and she will tie with teammate Taylor Jensen for the Bowling Green lead on the beam. A 9.85 score for both her and Jensen. Still waiting on Murphy's final score.
And we see Lily Harsh start her routine.
Weilbacker helps Bowling Green finish the beam set with a team average of 48.95.
Steps up for her series. And another beautiful, solid handspring lay for the Falcons. Woo. Side Sumi almost missed that second foot, but she was able to save it. And Lily Harsh is the exhibition for Bowling Green this evening. Cat leap to switch half, and unfortunately, she couldn't save it.
Getting ready to go next to conclude this round for Western Michigan will be Gigi Singh, who will make her first appearance.
Does not look like Gigi will be competing.
Yeah, perhaps not. She was slated to compete, but evidently not in the exhibition round. So Bowling Green, once again, will finish with a 48.925 average on the beam. Western Michigan will finish slightly edging them out, slightly edging Bowling Green out with a 49 even. So Western Michigan continues their strong match, and they have a pretty good grip on this one. We're going to head to a break. When we come back, we'll finish up this BGSU gymnastics meet right here from Anderson Arena. Listening to WBGU. Back here inside Anderson Arena on the campus of Bowling Green State University as Western Michigan and Bowling Green getting ready to conclude this meet. Western Michigan so far has won on each of the events. But on the other hand, Bowling Green, they really need something here, and it can't just be by their own guide. Western Michigan's got to slip up a little bit.
And we, of course, wish both teams good luck on these events, but hopefully Bowling Green can pull something out, and I'm sure they're hoping for a little bit of a slip up from Western.
So if you're just joining us, a recap on what has happened so far in the beam. Bowling Green scored a 48.925 average. Their highest scorers out of that group being Taylor Jensen and Catherine Wildbacker. They had 9.85. On the other side for Western Michigan on the floor, they averaged a 49.050 average. Their highest score coming in the form of Peyton Murphy with a 9.875. You go up to the vault, Bowling Green averaged a 48.8. Their highest score on the vault was Catherine Wildbacker, a 9.9 average. On the other side for Western Michigan, the 49.075 average. Their highest score being a Sarah Moravansky with a 9.85. Then on the bars, Bowling Green a 48.8 average to Western Michigan's 48.825 average. High score for Bowling Green, Izzy Ravelli with a 9.9. High score for Western Michigan was Peyton Murphy with a 9.825. So Bowling Green unable to take any of these events yet. They're on the floor. Western Michigan will start out on the beam.
And Bowling Green's going to put everything they've got into this last event.
The order for Western Michigan, who will start first: Ronnie Binstock, Danny Petrusek, Sarah Moravansky, Amanda Gruber, Peyton Murphy, Gigi Singh. The other side for Bowling Green will be Lauren Bannister, Elise Brozaska, Emily Castiglia, Taylor Jensen, Catherine Wildbacker, and Katrina Mendez-Abolnik. Exhibition for Western is Donna Catherine Lloyd. Exhibition for Bowling Green, Bailey Lawrence. Starting things off here, once again for Western Michigan, Ronnie Binstock.
Nice jump combination. Like she's preparing for her series. Nice handspring layout.
Binstock already competing in both the vault and the floor. 9.75 on the vault, 9.775 on the floor.
little bobble at the end, but overall looked good.
Binstock looking to conclude her night with strong performances in all 3 of her events.
And a nice round off 1.5, small hop on the landing, but...
So Bowling Green will look to answer, and it'll have to be from Lauren Bannister, who's making her first appearance tonight.
And Lauren Bannister has a lot of power.
Bannister, hailing from Prospect, Kentucky, will come to the forefront.
She's got a new routine this year. We'll see how she does.
Bannister doesn't have any room really for early nerves. She's got to get right into it.
Front layout, front full first pass, which is a little different from last year when it was her second pass. And she does a unique full to her stomach and flips over. Out of bounds, and that'll take that 10th from them, which they really needed.
Western Michigan fired up about the result. It appears by Ronnie Binstock.
She goes for her last pass, round off 1.5 to front layout, and unfortunately misses the landing just a little bit. After that performance by Lauren Bannister, BG does have some work to do.
So Bannister competes for Bowling Green. That final score for Ronnie Binstock, a 9.80 from Judge 1 and 9.85 from Judge 2. Her average is 9.825 as you see Danny Petrosek getting ready to go for Western Michigan.
And another beautiful series.
Schurzek.
Nice side aerial, a little around the side, but was able to save it.
Schurzek's been active in this meet.
Gets ready for her dismount. Nice gainer. And just a small hop on the landing.
So Schurzek, who had a solid performance earlier on the bars, continues a good night as she looks to finish with a decent score. As it's back to Bowling Green. On the floor, it's going to be Elise Rozoska. You do see that deduction in the scoring on Lauren Bannister, but no final score as of yet.
Judges are finaling scores.
Interesting to see what we see here as Bannister's score is being entered. A 9.35 by Judge 1 and a 9.3 by Judge 2.
Which would average it out to a 9.325.
After the deduction though, down to a 9.225.
Not the score BG wanted to see, but hopefully they can pull it back in the rest of this lineup. pull the double back out at the end, which gives her an extra 10th.
Brzoska will finish off her set, and it appears that she'll have a pretty good score coming her way. Bowling Green seems celebrating, but we'll move on back to Western Michigan, and it'll be Sarah Moravanski. Moravanski, this is her third event of the night, and she has scored well in both of the events she's had so far.
Triple series, unfortunately, she just drops her shoulder and goes off the beam. But it is great to see the triple series from her.
Moravanski a 9.85 on the vault earlier tonight and a 9.8 on the bars.
And with that fall, Western will have some more pressure put onto them for the rest of this lineup. Unique leap pass with the standing layout step out at the end. Nice round off 1.5, step on the landing.
So the fall will cost Western some points, but Bowling Green still needs more than that. And coming up next on the floor for the Falcons is Emily Castiglia.
And a 9.625 for Elise Broska.
Castiglia
saluting, and
Castiglia ready to go. She had a 9.775 earlier on the beam. She competes in the second half of this meet. So we're winding down here from Anderson Arena. An attendance today of about 300.
she goes, round off back handspring double pike, and also takes a step out of bounds. These girls have a lot of power.
They look to be good at the start, but just that slight step over the line.
Second pass. Round off back handspring double back. Much more controlled on this landing. Nice third jump added to that leap combination. And the teammates really getting in onto the action. And a front full front layout to finish out her routine. And a unique ending.
So Castiglia, her performance is done. We do have an update from Brzoska. She finishes with a 9.625. And then on the other side of things, Western's Danny Petrozic finishes with a 9.475. So now for Western Michigan, ready to go is Ronnie Binstock. Ronnie Binstock, Donna Catherine Ray, Cassie St. Clair, and Peyton Murphy to round out the Western lineup here tonight.
Floor mats getting set up for our next competitor from Bowling Green as we wait for the beam judges to salute. gets ready to go.
I should say Amanda Gruber, not Ronnie Vincent.
Nice series.
Gruber coming off a floor performance that tied for the team lead at a 9.82 or at a 9.85.
Nice switch half, lots of height, beautiful split. And a split jump to straddle quarter. And a nice round off 1.5. Holds that foot down for the stick, but we'll see if the judges give it to her.
So her performance done looks to be a pretty decent one at that.
But getting ready to go on floor is Taylor Jensen, and she always has a beautiful dance within her routine.
Jensen rounding out the Bowling Green lineup. Weilbacher and Mendez Obolnik will follow. Jensen, so far tonight, has competed in all 3 other events, and she's had a pretty good night. A 9.8 in the vault, a 9.625 in the bars, and then a 9.85 in the beam.
And we see her start off with her front double full on floor. Switch side to Popa to Popa. Some pretty unique dance in this routine. She has great facial expressions to go along with it, and the judges do look for that. She ends her routine with a round off 1.5 front layout, and it is beautiful. Very solid routine for Taylor Jensen.
So Jensen completes all 4 events and presumably looks to get a very similar score to what she had been averaging on the night. So the last 2 Broncos ready to go. Peyton Murphy followed by Gigi Singh. Nearly losing her balance that time on the beam. She's competed in all 3 events tonight, and overall, she has been arguably the best athlete in this meet, averaging well over 9.8 on all 3 events so far.
She has certainly been consistent.
9.825 in both the vault and the bars, and then a 9.875 on the beam. Rather, on the floor. On the beam right now.
Split jump to split ring. Very well done. And she gets ready for the dismount. Gainer full and a very nice landing.
See the final score here from Peyton Murphy in just a moment as Bowling Green ready to go again. Catherine Weilbacher, update you on some scores for Bowling Green on the floor. The past couple of scores, Taylor Jensen finished with a 9.85, an impressive score for Western Michigan. On the beam, Sarah Moravansky finishes with a 9.075, Amanda Gruber a 9.825.
And Catherine Weilbacher is once again a beautiful athlete to watch. Just so much energy, so much power. She started off her routine with a front through to double back.
Wildbacker averaging the highest average score out of any Bowling Green athlete here tonight. She's competed in now all 4 events.
Very nice leap pass.
Just a sophomore from Houston, Texas.
She brings a lot to this team, and I'm sure she'll do the same in the next 2 years. And going for her last pass. Round off back handspring double pike. Very nicely done, and gets the extra 10th for the double back at the end.
It's impressive. She's going to have another high score in her hands.
She's a great all-arounder for BGSU.
She finishes her run on the floor, and given her averages already, would have thought it'd be hard to top, but possibly topping it this round as Western's last competitor ready to go, Gigi Singh. She was supposed to compete as an exhibitioner on the floor. She did not compete, so this is her first time competing here tonight. One of 2 sisters on this Western Michigan roster, along with their sister Abby, both sophomores from Sarasota, Florida.
Seems like she'll do a triple series. Handspring, handspring lay, and does it beautifully. Very solid landing. Possibly a little short on that straddle 3/4, but overall pretty solid. Down a little bit and a step on the landing, but overall a pretty solid routine for Gigi.
As she hugs her sister and gives high fives to the rest of the Western Michigan team. That'll round out the Western Michigan athletes for tonight. Last to go is Bowling Green in the form of Katrina Mendez-Obolnik. Mendez-Obolnik already competing a couple of times tonight.
And a very fun routine she's going to end with. She is the anchor for Bowling Green, and she starts her routine off with a very nice double pike. Lots of control, and teammates are really getting into the dance.
Her highest score earlier on the vault, a 9.625.
She had a little bit more power than she needed coming out of that leap pass, but gets ready for her second pass.
Bowling Green teammates trying to cheer on Obolnik.
Front lay, front full.
Just about ready to finish it off.
And here she goes for her last pass. Round off back handspring, double back. Little knee bend on the landing, but overall, what a great routine for Katrina.
Ending the night perhaps on a good note, as all we have left now is the exhibitioners. It'll be an exhibition attempt from Donna Catherine Roy on the beam, and an exhibition attempt by her counterpart on the floor, Bailey Lawrence.
Peyton Murphy ending her routine with a 9.875, and Catherine Weilbacher ending her floor routine with a 9.8.
So Weilbacher indeed continues a really great night. She was up there with the best of them.
Handspring layout and some cute dance. Nice switch leap to switch half. Nice full turn from our exhibitionist. And Yurchenko full with a, gainer full with a stuck landing.
So that'll officially round out Western Michigan's athletes for tonight, as the final competitor of the night will be Donna Catherine Roy, or rather, will be Bailey Lawrence. Donna Catherine Roy, the last competitor for Western Michigan.
And gets into her starting pose. Off her first pass with her front layout, front Rudy. Nice controlled landing.
Starting to really move.
Nice switch side to Popa. Save that double back, but her chest was a little low and took a couple steps forward. What a performance by both teams tonight.
So that'll round out Bowling Green's portion. We'll get you the final averages on the beam for Bowling Green. It's a 48.925, the final average on the floor, or rather, final average on the floor for Bowling Green, I should say. 48.525, the final average on the beam for Western Michigan, 48.975. So Western takes all 4 events, and we'll get the final scoring here in just a moment. Watching BGSU Gymnastics right here on WBGU.
All right, before we begin the presentation of the awards, Madison Coburn, are you around? Madison, where are you at, Madison? Happy birthday from the rest of the squad, Madison Coburn. All right, here they are, the individual results on the vault. We had a tie for third place with a score of 9.825 from Western Michigan University, Hallie Faulkner. And Peyton Murphy. Second place, and congratulations with a score of 9.850 from Western Michigan University, Sarah Moravinsky. In first place, and congratulations with a score of 9.90 from Bowling Green State University, Camden Walbacher. Individual results on the uneven parallel bars. Third place with a score of 9.80 from Western Michigan University, Sarah Moravinsky. Second place with a score of 9.825, also from Western Michigan, Peyton Murphy. In first place, and congratulations will go with a score of 9.90 from Bowling Green State University in Illinois. Final results on the balance beam with a tie for second with a score of 9.850 from Bowling Green State University, Taylor Jensen. And also from BG, Camden Walbacher. In first place, and congratulations will go with a score of 9.875 from Western Michigan, Peyton Murphy. Here then are the final results on the floor. We have a tie for second with a score of 9.850 from Western Michigan University, Amanda Gruber. In from Bowling Green State University, Taylor Jensen. In first place, and congratulations will go with a score of 9.875 from Western Michigan University, Peyton Murphy. Here then are the final results in tonight's individual all-around competition. Third place with a score of 39.125 from Bowling Green State University, Taylor Jensen. Second place with a score of 39.275 from Bowling Green State University, Camden Walbacher. In tonight's individual all-around winner with a score of 39.400 from Western Michigan University, Peyton Murphy. In the final score of tonight's competition, it is the Broncos of Western Michigan, 195.925. The Falcons of Bowling Green State University, 195.050. Congratulations will go to the squad from Western Michigan University. And so once again, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out and joining us this fine Friday evening. Again, a reminder that the ladies will be coming back in on Saturday, February 4th. We'll be at the podium as the ladies should be over the Sports Center and taking on the K-State Gold Selection at 8:40 at 4 p.m. Thank you once again for your attendance at tonight's meet. Please have a safe trip home and go Falcons!
We're back here from inside Anderson Arena. Reese Lennon joined by Natalie Stotch here on the call from Anderson Arena. Tonight, the Western Michigan Broncos victorious over the Bowling Green State University Falcons.
But, you know, both teams had a great showing, a new high score for the season for the Falcons.
Yeah, they hit 195. They broke the 195 barrier, I should say, tonight. They finished with a final score of 195.05. Western Michigan victorious, nearly breaking 196. As a team, they hit 195.925. But let's tell you about some of the high scorers here in the meet for both sides. The high scorer in the vault was actually Bowling Green's Catherine Weilbacher with a 9.9. The high scorer for Western Michigan was Sarah Moravansky with a 9.85. In the bars, Bowling Green once again had the #1 placer, Isabella Ravelli, with a 9.9. Western Michigan's highest scorer was Peyton Murphy. She finished with a 9.825. In the balance beam, Western Michigan's Peyton Murphy came out on top, 9.875 overall score. Bowling Green had a couple of competitors tie for their team lead with a 9.85 in Taylor Jensen and Catherine Weilbacher. And then on the floor, Peyton Murphy once again winning for Western Michigan. She finished with a 9.875. Bowling Green's Taylor Jensen was their top athlete with a 9.85. So really, Bowling Green had some high scores. They won the bars, they had the top overall score on the bars, top overall score on the vault, but Western Michigan ultimately just too much depth.
Absolutely, and both teams had some good things and some bad things, and that's bound to happen in gymnastics, obviously. So hopefully Bowling Green can put it all together next week and possibly even break 196.
Yeah, speaking towards next week, they head up to Mount Pleasant, Michigan to take on the Central Michigan Chippewas. That's on a Friday night starting at 7 p.m. in Mount Pleasant. On the other side for Western Michigan, next Sunday they will travel over to Kent, Ohio to take on Kent State University is in Kent, Ohio. So that'll do it here tonight from Anderson Arena. I've been Reese Lannon, joined alongside by Natalie Stotch. I'm wishing you so long. Bowling Green drops this one to Western Michigan. This was a production of BGSU Gymnastics right here on WBGU.